So the first slide here is showing the printout or the program for the week and the events as I showed you in the first slide. As we went on through the week, we populated this with the activities that we were doing through the week. So you'll see at the end of the week, this board got quite full with a lot of activities and a lot of recognition. And I suppose the challenge this year was, as lean leaders, we couldn't really go on the site, engage with people because of COVID restrictions. We have zoning restrictions, contract tracing. So it was a lot more difficult. So a bit like what we're doing here today, a lot of what we had to do this time for the first time was virtual. So we have a banner here which we created for the week. And people then, with the Kaizens, came up with ideas, suggestions, way of improving ideas for the week. I think we got a total of 57 ideas implemented over the week. So you can see where there was different stations posted around the site. Also on the Monday, we had a material optimization action workout. Now, action workout is a GE term really that would be what most people would call a Kaizen event or a mini Kaizen event. And the idea there is to involve everybody in it and you follow the make process and really to implement something by the end of the week, as opposed to a longer Kaizen, which may take anywhere from 10 to 14 weeks or turn into a green belt, black belt type of a project. In the afternoon, we ran an event on filmmaking and the power of filmmaking, especially for video for process improvement. So how can we make our processes better using videos as opposed to the traditional time and motion studies? And again, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And you can see some of these marketing promotional tools. I even have a pen here that says Lean Week, which we gave to everybody during the week. So they were used as well. As I said to you there just a few minutes ago, using film is a new medium, and it's a new tool that can really help and enhance lean tools from the point of view of value stream mapping. So we can we can do a Gemba at a particular part of the process. We've it recorded. We can look at it from a time and motion point of view. We can look at it from distance. We're looking at it from the waste of transport, inventory, motion, etc. It's a quite powerful tool that way. And I suppose what we're trying to develop, and one thing we're pushing for on this site, is trying to use filming for example, SMED, which some of you may be aware of. It's a terminology used for changeovers. And we want to train the operators in using cameras themselves, looking at that process and coming up with better ideas. And the power of that is the engagement side of it. You know, people can see themselves and what they're doing and make observations and help us come up with good ideas and suggestions for making it better. So that was day one of our lean week.
Sorry, Rob, just before you move on to day two, could you give us maybe an idea of the sort of number of people involved in this? So for example, how many people were facilitating it, like yourself? How many people were attending? How many were virtual? How many were on site because they had to be on site? Just to give us a sense of the scope of that. And in terms of the attendees and participants themselves, what kind of lean do they have? Like, what kind of lean background did they have? Level of training? Just to give us maybe a bit of context, please.
Okay, so as I said, we've 640 people here employed. Currently, about 60% or so would be in manufacturing. They're on shift, so different people. Typically, in an action workout, we would have maybe 2 people on it from a shift basis attending. We have a cross-functional, so you may have a technician, somebody in planning, definitely quality, safety. A usual action workout would have about 8 people. We have 3 lean facilitators on site. So there's myself and 2 others, and we have 2 business units. We have a platform 1, which is a filling, filling the vials, and platform 2, which is the packaging. So the lean leaders in those areas would run the action workouts, would be going around in a normal circumstances, campaigning, doing standard work, and coming up with Kaizen ideas with the operators. But in this particular case, as I said, it was done more remotely.